guys, welcome back to the channel. Mike and I have spent part of the evening working on the Mini. We're doing some cosmetic things as Mike will work on the mechanicals tomorrow. We're working on putting the trim back on that we picked up at the junkyard. And I'm going to be working on the front bumper here quickly. This bumper is in pretty rough shape. It does have a lower trim, which I was going to remove because I realized it was held together with self-tap screws. But now that I look at it, I realize it'll look ridiculous if I take it off. So I'll leave it on, fix it up for now. We might paint it, but probably pick up a new one at the junkyard. So, as you can see, self-tap screws. Someone's tried to glue it on. All sorts of fun things. I'm guessing it had a lip at one point because there's some, I don't know, bolts and nuts here. I don't really know. This is wood with some self-tap screws. It's great. Anyway, I'm going to take it apart and put some dress stitches on it. Mike did go through and clean up the engine bay. He's also been working on the intake. We have a laundry list of things that we've had to fix on this car that the previous owner did not disclose and tried to kind of jerry-rig together or MacGyver some weird shit to make it work. So I'll have Mike explain that because it's actually been quite frustrating. But anyway, Mike did order a new intake hose or boot here, so that way that metal one is no longer there and has the proper nipple for, what's that for?
I don't know where it comes from.
Anyway,
yeah.
But it's actually routed right now rather than just hanging out in the free space open. So I'm excited because Mike will work on the mechanicals tomorrow. I think all he has to do is install the shifter cables. Is that right?
And then put the exhaust back on.
Yeah, put the exhaust back on and obviously the front end. So we're going to work on that tonight, probably. I'm not sure. It's 8:30 almost. And because of the time change, you know, need to get to bed. But anyway, we went through and replaced all the moldings. They are a little bit sun-baked, but they look better. We did order some trim black. We'll probably end up painting them, but for now, they look good. We do have this piece down here. That's what Mike's working on the other side. And again, replace the fender flare arch thing. We do have a new one of these. I'll probably replace that. We also did pick up all of the trim pieces, and Mike did order some belt line material to cover that in black. So he's been working on that. We did also pick up that ECU intake box bottom half to keep kind of the dirt and water out of your intake and also hold the ECU so it's not just floating in free space. There's also some speaker covers back here, some random trim pieces. Oh, we also did replace this. This piece was missing, so got that on there. Fender liners, those will go on when we put the front bumper on. And then a glove box. Hello, STI. And new mirror caps. Some more speaker covers that aren't red. So, other than that, I think that's kind of everything that we've done thus far. So, next I'll kind of let Mike update you. Oh yeah, fog light. That's what we're going to do too. Or turn signal. Anyway, I'll let Mike update you next on all the issues that we found. It's been quite comical. Lucky for the previous owner, this car did come with a spare transmission. Based on one of the things we found, it's a really good thing that it came with a spare transmission. Otherwise, Mike would have been very, very, very upset. So, like I said, I'll let him explain.
Alright, so, doing a little update on all of the things that were mechanically wrong with the car. When we got it, I noticed this weird bracket right there. I didn't look at it very closely. You know, half-ass was just like, oh, maybe he was stupid enough to use that as a jack point or something, but no. There's two ears coming off the trans that mount the slave cylinder. This one's just completely broken off of the transmission. That's obviously why he had a spare transmission. He could have told me that was a problem and I wouldn't have cared. I would have bought the car anyway, but to sit there and lie to someone is kind of shitty. So obviously, I don't believe this transmission has ever come out. It was advertised as the trans was pulled, clutch was changed, this, that, another. I pretty much believe that all to be a lie, which is fine. Except he kind of ended the conversation with, I'm an honest person, and I'll do anything I can to help. So.
Didn't he say he was a Mercedes Master Tech?
That was also mentioned, yeah. So.
I hope to God not.
So yeah, obviously that's not ideal. I want to make sure the car runs right before we pull the trans and put the other one in, so.
Well, isn't it getting a K-swap, so.
Yeah.
Just needs to be movable.
I put a new slave in it because the other one, the bleeder, was broken off, so obviously never could have bled the slave cylinder. So it's got a new one in there. I blind it up as best I can, obviously with your fucking angle iron, not even angle iron, flat bar, stupid bracket he made is it's not ideal. Shifter cables, those are back in with the new aftermarket bushings. We tested it out. It is shifting in all gears with the car off. So now the test is get the car running and go from there. I don't know if Allie touched on this. We got a new air inlet hose that actually has a port for whatever that is, but looks like Allie already talked about that.
New cover.
Yeah, new supercharger cover. Need to get new supercharger or intercooler boot clamps. I'm not a big fan of the reds.
Fender liners.
Yeah, fender liners are in. All the fender flares are on. But yeah, so plan is, I don't know if we talked about this, but we got the whole radiator support with the fog lights and the horns on both sides. That's what it should look like, not some fucking Home Depot iron over there.
Mercedes Master Tech.
So,
steering shaft. We got that figured out.
Yeah, I don't know if, yeah. This is the steering shaft that was originally in there. There's supposed to be like a bushing bearing that rides on there to keep it from wobbling around. So I threw a new steering shaft in. That process kind of sucks, so we didn't get much on film there. But yeah, so a new steering shaft, new slave cylinder, new shift bushings. The map sensor hose was broke and was fixed in the craziest way possible.
That's right there. I can see it before you put your arm in. Right there?
Yep.
And you said there was like a series of like hoses.
Yeah.
That were like sandwiched together to make it fit.
Yeah, it was.
It's a $30 part.
Yeah.
So.
I can't bitch too much because I just threw it together, but obviously once the car runs, if it needs it, I'll get one. If not, I'll just K-swap it and be done.
We just need to get it out of the garage so I can put my winter wheels on my BMW before it starts snowing.
K-swap update, I am talking to someone that's supposedly in the process of manufacturing billet mounts for the K-swap currently, so that's exciting. I don't have to make my own mounts.
I don't think really we've really worked on anything else, but yeah, we'll give you an update tomorrow once Mike gets this running, and that will probably be the end of this video. Then we'll kind of go from there. But like I said, it's looking a lot better. Excited to get it out of the garage. It actually looks like a car in the front now. Definitely gonna make some angry eyes for it, just because if you know me, I stick stickers on everything. So, anything you want to add, Mike? Cool. Well, like I said, Mike will update this video tomorrow once he gets it running. I will be at work, so unfortunately I will miss that. But, I mean, I guess it runs fine. Mike heard it run before he bought it. But we'll see if the front wheels move. So, anyway, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright guys, welcome back. Day 2 of this video. I just got home from work and Mike's going to show me his progress on the Mini. I'm excited. Doesn't sound like he started it yet. He wants to change the oil and obviously have to fill it up with coolant. So, but I'm excited. This thing looks so good. So let's see. Oh my gosh, it looks like a car. Good job, babe. I didn't think our bumper would actually look good, but I actually don't mind it.
Minus the rivets.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
And the random screws.
Yeah. So that was broken. I thought I grabbed the right one at the junkyard, but in my defense, the other one was broken on the bumper, so we'll get another one of those. What did you do today, Mike?
Installed the radiator. Installed the AC condenser. Finished your fender liners. Did the bumper. Airbox with DME slot. Map sensor.
But yeah, look.
I think that's it.
It has like fender liners. I put these in last night. I think I touched on that. But Mike finished installing it. And then, did you do the glove box today?
I did not do the glove box.
So, anyway, we'll get the oil changed and then we'll get it running. Olivia is so excited for her new car. Huh, Gerlo? Hi, Gerlo. So, the coolant has been filled and we're draining the oil. So, first of all, I feel like this oil is kind of liquidy. It's not very viscous. I don't know. That's just me. But there's too much oil in this engine, so I hope to God it wasn't ran for too long with this much oil in it. Mike and I, excuse me, there's a heater next to me. Mike and I will measure the oil as soon as we are done with this, but that's way too full for a 4-cylinder. I don't know.
4.5 quarts.
It's supposed to be 4.5 quarts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like at least 8. Yeah. Do you think it's too watery?
I thought the same, yeah.
Did you feel it with your fingers?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 530 is what it calls for, so 530 is pretty...
I guess I'm used to thicker BMW oil.
Yeah.
Alright, well, stay tuned. Alright, one more lovely thing that we found wrong with this car. I hope to God this thing runs. The oil filter is obviously too big for the housing and was just smashed in. Like, Jesus Christ. Excuse me, sorry, that's not...
And it's a little sludgy.
That's not appropriate.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
You want to open the garage?
Yeah. Alright, guys, so Mike and I are going to try and start the car for the first time. I'm going to open the garage slightly.
A little more.
Wish us luck. It sounds really good. What do you think? What's wrong?
Just checking the water level.
Do you want me to turn the heat on?
What's that?
Do you want me to turn the heat on?
Yes, please. Alright, so, yeah, not the ideal end to this video, but mechanically the car runs great. There she is. Don't mind the beer can, I was using that as a catch can for draining the slave cylinder. But, yeah, so I already starting to take the car apart because it does not want to go into gear. like the throwout bearing is not releasing as it should. So I've replaced the slave cylinder. I've bled it 12 times. In the air, wheels off the ground, and it running, foot off the brake, it goes in just fine. As soon as you touch the brake, it kills the engine. So that obviously tells me the throwout bearing isn't releasing. I've got this extra trans with a throwout bearing in it back here. And so basically you've got, let me see, can I turn the light on? No, sorry for the poor lighting. But basically you've got this piece that pivots as you press the slave in and out. It's supposed to clip on to the transmission as such, and then as you push the slave in and out, in releases, out, in, out. So what I'm wondering is, perhaps the previous owner, you know, Mercedes Master Tech, aka, pardon, that's not nice, that doesn't disturb people, but yeah, the lovely previous owner probably got this wrong. So and that combined with the tabs for the slave cylinder right there being broke off of the transmission currently in the car, I think at this point we're just gonna go ahead and pull it and see what happens. So stay tuned.